Hello everyone and welcome to Edusurg Clinics. I am Dr. Gunjan Desai and today we are going to continue our discussion on the topic of diverticulitis. And in this video, we are going to see the various classifications and basically how they have evolved and which are the important ones that we use practically as well as for your exams. So we already saw this overview on the various terminologies that are used in diverticulosis, diverticulitis. So that is something that you have to remember. Now we will see how all of this fits into the various classifications, and that will give us an idea of the clinical presentation of the patients with diverticulitis. So important classifications that you need to understand. One is the classification of diverticular disease. And remember that this will give you an overall classification of most of the conditions that are there in the terminology algorithm. Then you have an World Society of Emergency Surgery classification, which is basically only for acute diverticulitis. So you have to understand that the classification of diverticular disease starts from here to here, whereas the World Society of Emergency Surgery classification starts from here. So that is what you have to understand. Similarly, Hinchey's classification is basically for acute perforated diverticulitis. So that is something that you need to understand. So these are the three important classifications. There are a few more which are CT based and colonoscopy based. We'll see them as the video progresses. Now we have already seen these complications. So understand when we say complicated diverticulitis, there at least needs to be a perforation or an abscess. Chronic complicated diverticulitis can result in an obstruction or a stricture or a neoplasm, fistula, and diverticular bleeding. So these are the various complications. So now coming to the first, which is the classification of diverticular disease or CDD. There are basically four parts, and like I said, remember the algorithm, and this video will be very easy for you. You can see the first part of algorithm, that is asymptomatic diverticulosis, is type 0. Then there is type 1, which includes uncomplicated and complicated diverticulitis with the first two complications, that is free perforation and abscess. Abscess is divided into two subcategories, that is micro abscess and macro abscess. So type 0 is asymptomatic diverticulosis, that is an incidental detection of diverticula, maybe on a scan, but the patient has no symptoms. Type 1 is uncomplicated diverticulitis, where you just have localized colonic inflammation. 2A and B are abscesses, and 2C is pre-perforation, which can lead to generalized peritonitis, which can be purulent or fecal. Now you will see that this is subdivided in Hinchey's classification. So that is something that we will see. But this is the entire clinical spectrum of diverticular disease. That is why CDD is very important. So asymptomatic, acute. Then type 3 is chronic. So we already saw what is chronic. You can have chronic diverticular disease, which is not complicated and which is complicated and which is recurrent. So SUDD is symptomatic, uncomplicated diverticular disease, but it is chronic abdominal pain, no active inflammation. So this is type 3A. Recurrent diverticulitis is recurrent episodes but without complications. And type 3C is chronic complicated diverticular disease. Now we know what are the chronic complications. It is stricture, fistula, or obstruction. Is type 3. Remember, type 0 is asymptomatic, 1 is acute, 2 is chronic, and 3 is bleeding. So it is basically ACB. Okay. So that is something that you have to remember. Okay. So type 0 asymptomatic, 1 and 2 are acute, 3 is chronic, and 4 is diverticular bleeding. So that is something that you have to remember. Now going to the Hinchey's classification, there have been some modifications in the Hinchey's classification. So as far as the original Hinchey classification goes, there are only four parts in it. One is pericolic abscess or phlegmon. 2 is pelvic retroperitoneal or intraperitoneal abscess, 3 is purulent peritonitis, and 4 is fecal peritonitis. Then stage 2 was modified in Hinchey's classification by Scher et al. And it was 2A, which is distant abscess amenable to percutaneous drainage, and 2B, which included fistulas. Okay. So type 1 is the same pericolic abscess. Type 2 was modified into two parts based on the intervention that are possible. So 2A is distant abscess amenable to percutaneous drainage, whereas 2B is a complex abscess associated with a fistula. 3 and 4 remain the same. It is a free perforation subtype where there can be purulent peritonitis or fecal peritonitis. So that is type 3 and 4. The final classification of Hinchey, which is modified and which is the Waswari modification, and this is what you usually see in your exams and your books. 0 is mild clinical diverticulitis, 1A and 1B is phlegmon, that is confined pericolic inflammation or confined pericolic abscess, which is small. Type 2 is pelvic intra-abdominal or retroperitoneal distant abscess, often amenable to percutaneous drainage. So remember, 1 and 2 are abscesses. 3 and 4 is still the same that you saw in the previous classification. 3 is purulent peritonitis, 4 is fecal peritonitis, and F and O are basically fistula and obstruction. So this is the Waswari modification. 1A and 1B are phlegmon or abscess. 2 is a distant abscess, which is pelvic, intra-abdominal or retroperitoneal. 3 is generalized purulent peritonitis. 4 is generalized fecal peritonitis. And F and O are fistulas, which can be colovesical, that is between colon and urinary bladder, colovaginal, that is with the vagina. Then you can have coloenteric and you can have colocutaneous, right? So all these fistulas are possible. Obstruction can be small or large bowel obstruction. So that is the modified Hinchey's classification, the final classification that you usually see in your exams. Now, when it comes to World Society of Emergency Surgery, a clinical diverticulitis classification, remember that if you don't want to memorize all of these, modified Hinchey is the most important classification that you need to know. Most of the management discussions are done based on modified Hinchey classification. And CDD gives you the entire clinical spectrum of diverticulosis as well as diverticulitis. So that is something that you need to remember. In World Society Emergency Surgery, the important part was that there were only two classifications, uncomplicated and complicated. In complicated, they are going with increasing severity of disease. So 1A is pericolic air bubbles, 1B is an abscess less than 4 centimeter, 2A is more than 4 centimeter, 2B is an air which is greater than 5 centimeter from the inflamed bowel segment. 3 is diffuse fluid without distant free air, basically purulent peritonitis, and 4 is fecal peritonitis. So basically 3 and 4 are more or less same, but 1 and 2 are different when it comes to WSES clinical diverticulitis. Now other classifications, like I said, and we will see some of it in the next video where we see the investigations and diagnosis of diverticulitis. There are CT scan based classifications, that is the Hansen-Stock classification and the Buckley classification. And there is a colonoscopy based classification, which is the DICA classification. Remember the names commonly asked in exams, but Hansen-Stock and Buckley are CT scan based classifications. DICA is a colonoscopy based classification. There is also a Helsinki classification, and this is more clinically oriented classification, more or less similar to the WSES classification, but the updated Helsinki 2.0 is what is usually more clinical. They have changed the size of the abscess from 6 centimeter to 5 centimeter. Less than 5 is stage 2, more than 5 and all distant gas is stage 3. 4 and 5 are organ dysfunction. So that is why this is a more clinical classification. Most of the classifications that are other than Helsinki do not include organ dysfunction. So if you are asked in exams, diverticulitis with organ dysfunction, you have been asked Helsinki 2.0 or Helsinki original, and it is a stage 5 disease, that is peritonitis and organ dysfunction. So that is something that you need to remember. So an overview of a lot of classifications that have come. If you don't want to remember all of them, remember this slide for your life. That is the modified Hinchey classification. Modification was done by Voswari. So this is something that you need to remember. Now, in the next part of our series, we will look at the various diagnostic approaches in diverticulitis from clinical presentation. Now it's going to be easy because you have seen the entire spectrum of diverticulitis. So we will look at the diagnosis part in the next video and then the management in the upcoming 2 or 3 parts. Thank you.